All right, so probably don't expect to see anybody on here tonight, but I've been meaning to do this for a bit, and I got tagged in a video by the 13th Wolfman, a horror movie tag. And a few days ago, when I watched the video, I actually kind of just wrote down the questions and took a picture so that I could respond to them. I wanted to do it off the cuff, like I do a lot of stuff. Looking at the questions now, I'm kind of thinking I probably shouldn't have done that, but let's do it anyway. So basically, the way it goes is you you get tagged, you answer the questions, and you add another question onto it. So, 13th Wolfman, dude, this one's for you. So, by the way, haven't seen his channel, make sure you check it out. I got 13 questions to answer. Uh, Favorite opening to a horror film? That one, well, there's a couple answers that I could probably give to that, but one of my favorite openings to a horror film isn't a film that's probably known as being a classic or anything like that, but one that always stood out to me. Hey, Carlos, I'm doing a horror tag, and you guys can play along if you want to and answer as well. And you can thank the 13th Wolfman if you like this video. So one of my favorite openings to a horror film is, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'm going to make you guys go and watch it yourselves. But When a Stranger Calls Back, it's actually I think it was a Showtime film, and it's a sequel to the theatrical film When a Stranger Calls. And if you've ever seen When a Stranger Calls, it's got the kind of the tag in it where basically there's this girl played by Carol Kane. She's babysitting, and she keeps getting these calls, right? So it's very like urban legendy, where she gets the, have you checked the children? Over and over again, until eventually it comes to the crescendo within the first 15 minutes of basically, get out of the house, the calls are coming from inside the house, get out now. Charles Durning comes, saves her, that type of thing. Now, When a Stranger Calls Back, I actually like that opening just a little bit more. And you're going to have to go see it to I think Amazon Prime has it. I'm not quite sure, but I think Amazon Prime might have When a Stranger Calls Back. I don't think I own the movie myself. I wish I did now, actually, because it's one that I really liked. But it has one of my favorite openings. I was going to go with something like Halloween or Black Christmas, two of my favorite horror movie openings. But I want to do something different. I want to throw a curveball. When Stranger Calls Back, one of my favorite horror movie openings. Top 3 favorite horror movie quotes. This is actually kind of hard because interesting. I'll have to check it. Trust me, it's actually a fun little film. And Jill Schoelen, who was in like Stepfather and Popcorn, and a bunch of other horror films, she's in that as well. So she was a scream queen, and a lot of people unfortunately don't know enough about her, and they really should. She is a big crush when I was younger. Horror movie quotes. I don't know if I got many quotes. Whenever I think of quotes, I think of like stuff from action movies and stuff like that. I guess I could probably go The Stepfather. Yeah, I love The Stepfather. I don't have the movie actually. I really should. I have the remake. I don't have the original, which is actually a shame. My God, I'm totally like lost in horror movie quotes. I don't know. At the beginning of Halloween 2, that's maybe a joke. I've been trick or treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is. All my horror movie quotes usually come from Donald Pleasance. I really like his stuff. It stinks. I'm not sure if that's a horror movie quote, but that actually is one of my favorites. Here's Johnny, Jack Nicholson. See, you guys are so good at this. Great quotes, but I guess from Psycho, there's always the, see, I wouldn't even hurt a fly. That type of one. And I don't know, really. Horror movie quotes, guys. I'm not really good at that one. Anybody else got any more? I need a third one, don't I? Oh, I guess the whole kill her mommy, kill. That's pretty, just tell Cuddy Billy, and something from throw in something from like one of the Child's Play films. There we go. I kind of cheated that one. Do I prefer the Shining Kubrick movie or the King novel? Now, this goes back to my Sorry Jack. I love that actually, but I'm not sure if that was in the. Was that in the movie or was that just on the poster? It's either way. It's really cool, Rich. Uh, but boy, actually, boy is what I should have done because I'm a huge Phantasm fan. That's one of my favorite film franchises, and I do that all the time. Like randomly, I'll just and my family knows. Like every once in a while, it's going to come out somewhere. The whole boy comment is going to come. So, do I prefer the Kubrick movie of The Shining or the King novel of The Shining? Well, I was a voracious reader as a kid. I spent a lot of time. I read my entire library out, and then I started ordering books from away. I found and fell in love with a lot of the early Stephen King novels, and being a little boy and being raised with my grandparents, and there was a bit of an age gap there. I spent a lot of time like reading that. I was kind of shy when I was young. And The Shining was one of those books, much like Christine, that I would read over and over again. Uh, even remember like officious little prick, first three words of The Shining. Uh, it's so the book like Kubrick's movie was fantastic for what it was, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not my favorite Kubrick film. It's brilliantly, beautifully done. It's a wonderfully like photographed. I love Jack Nicholson when he goes insane, and he does such a great job. Nicholson's one of my favorite actors of all time. I do not feel that he ever like moves from Jack to Crazy Jack. I feel like he's always Crazy Jack, and that takes me out of it just a tiny bit. So yeah, the novel. So there we go. Favorite creature in a horror film. Now I guess this is where a lot of people expect me to do like a classic. Favorite Kubrick film's got to be Full Metal Jacket. That is actually a really good film. And Full Metal Jacket, a lot of the stuff in Full Metal Jacket actually happened. That was actually taken from real life experiences and stuff like that, which makes it even more. When you think of Vincent D'Onofrio and stuff, that makes it even more intense. I don't. My favorite Kubrick film. It's a toss up, and it's gonna be ones that like most people wouldn't say. I really like Lolita, uh, and I really really enjoyed well like 2001 Pazuzu and Exorcist. That's your favorite like creature. Uh, like I thought about going Creature from the Black Lagoon, something like that, but I want to do something different. My favorite creature in a horror film. I do like the Tasmanian Devil in Creepshow. Uh, I think that's really cool. Pumpkin. Oh, okay, there. Pumpkin. I'm stealing your answer. Yeah, I'm going to go with Pumpkinhead because the design that Stan Winston did is amazing. But I can't see your answer. Wishmaster. There we go. The Djinn and Wishmaster. It's in the first two films. Is probably one of my favorites, and I think it's one of the most underrated designs that I've ever seen. And a couple of like extremely underrated films, a franchise that could have done much better, especially if they would have kept Andrew Divoff in the role. And as you wish. There's another quote I could have used. Look at that. Okay, you'd go Predator. Predator's a sweet one. What horror film do you dislike that others seem to love? I'm Canadian. I don't dislike anything. No. So no, seriously though. What horror movie do I dislike that others seem to love? Huh. That's actually kind of hard. These are hard questions, 13th Wolfman. Uh, I don't know. I like a lot of movies. I like a lot of really bad movies. Uh, I guess it's not that I don't like it. It's just I thought it was disappointing. And it's Cabin in the Woods. Disappointed me. I didn't like the ending. I thought it was too pat. It was too exactly what you expect. And there are portions of Cabin in the Woods where Josh Whedon writing gets very Josh Whedon, and that can be good at times, but after a while, it can be you're just used to hearing that. It gets very Buffy-esque, and I'm a Buffy fan, but still, I don't want to see a remake or a sequel. By the way. Okay, if you would be paired with anyone in a horror film, who do you want to be paired with to ensure your survival? everybody that I can think about, everybody around them dies. Like I could say Sam Loomis, but a lot of people die around Sam Loomis. And Jamie Lee Curtis, same thing. All her friends die. I don't want to pick a horror villain. Ash. All Ash's friends die, though. That's the thing. Do I really want to be paired with the guy who's always the only survivor in every movie that he's in? Think about that for a second. All his friends die, and if they don't, then he messes up in apocalypse time. So, not Ash, though I do like him. I 30 Wolfman had a good answer. 30 Wolfman said Van Helsing. I go down laughing. I would, but I'd still go down. Here's the thing. I got to pick somebody within a franchise where I have the ability to actually live, and I kind of like that aspect of it. So, God, these are hard questions, man. Use his chin to block attacks. I could do that, but I don't know. I mean, who survives at horror movies? Like with all their friends and stuff like that. Not a lot of people. I don't know if I want to be. I want to be next to the person. Okay, I got the answer. I want to be the one person left next to the extremely slutty person that's had sex that night, because they're dead, and somebody's got to survive. There's got to be a last survivor. So the extremely slutty person that has had sex that night, because sex equals death in a lot of like slasher films. I just gotta like be chill. I can be chill. There we go. That's my answer. Thanks a lot. I thought that was inventive. If you have creative control over your favorite horror film, what would you change? My favorite horror film is Black Christmas, and that thing is damn near perfect. There's nothing in that film that I change. One of my favorite horror films, so I'm with two survivors, that's Night of the Demons. So true. Night of the Demons would be good because Linnea Quigley's in it. But what would I change? Okay, I got it. I like the Halloween franchise. I loved Halloween 2. This is being rectified now. But the one thing I would change if Halloween 2 was being redid was I would not make Jamie Lee Curtis Michael Myers' sister. I always thought it was the dumbest thing ever, and it gave like a reasoning behind a killer whose sole purpose is not to have any reason. So John Carpenter kind of boned it up when it came to part 2. I love part 2. I don't like the sister thing. Never did. All right. What are two real cool covers to awful films? Well, one stands out almost immediately, and it's from my youth, from my teen years, well, late teen years. There's a movie called Werewolf, and it had this really, really cool lenticular cover. I mean, like this really awesome cover. You got to see this guy, and he's turned into a werewolf, and then on the cover, when you like move it, like just it's really, really cool. The movie's really, really awful, and I mean even. Hey, Savannah, how's it going? Actually, messaged you a minute ago. Yeah, Werewolf, really bad film. Next one, and actually, Savannah, you help with this one. You're Australian. Howling 3. Oh, you did? Oh, I look at my email like once a day. Once every 2 days? But I'll check it out after. So usually more than one survivor in a horror movie. Unless it's a slasher film, then those only have one. And I watch a lot of slasher films. I'm an 80s kid. But yeah, so my second... Hey, Guy, how's it going? I'm doing a horror tag here from 13th Wolfman. And I'm finally getting around to it. So I would say Halloween 3, The Marsupials. Pretty bad movie. I enjoy it for the badness of it. But pretty cool cover, pretty bad movie. So we're going to go with that. Alrighty. What horror movie have you not been able to get through? There probably isn't one. Guys, I got through Things. I watched Things. I watched Trolls 2 and Things. I can pretty much get through any horror film. The one thing I can say is that I hate it when a horror film is boring. That is the worst like thing a horror film can do is just bore me. And one of the hardest ones to get through. Oh God, I gotta look this up. I never remember the name, but I own the movie. But okay, Savini was in it. It's an anthology film, and he didn't act in too many, so this won't be too hard to find out. Uh, what's it called? I am almost there, guys. I am going to figure out what the hell this one is. No, that's not it. Oh, Death Foretold. Death Foretold. If you've never seen that movie, don't. It's really not that good. It's actually really, really generically bad. Creepshow 3 was also another one that I found really, really hard to get through. All right, now let's get to the next question. What film would you like to have in your horror collection, but I don't own? As a guy that collects horror movies, and collects movies in general, I always, no matter how many you get, and I think this happens to a lot of people that collect, you always see the holes. You always see the stuff you don't have more than the stuff that you do. And I'm definitely guilty of that. But movies that I don't have in my collection, I would really like to have in my collection, like horror movies. There's, nope, no, never. I'm not a Victor Salva fan for obvious reasons, but that movie I don't think ever should come out. That's my my opinion because of what happened. Well, what actually was going on with the other films that he's made after that. Nothing really went on as far as I know behind the scenes. I really still wouldn't support the guy, but at least there's reasoning there. It's free on YouTube. Shame on you, YouTube. But I don't know. What I like to have in my collection. There's a lot. I mean, no, there really is. Like, there's a lot, and I can't really narrow it down to like one. Annie Warhol's Dracula. Really fun little film. Really funny. Udo Kier did a fantastic in that one, and that's one I like to have in my collection. There's so many. Even recent releases, Criterion's version of Night of the Living Dead. Hey, Paulie, how's it going, man? I'm doing a horror take, and I'm doing horribly on it because I decided I'm going to do it on the spur of the moment, and maybe I should have wrote my answers, but didn't do that, so you can get live here. Scream Factory's announcement today. Ha 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 ha. A lot of Dracula. Yeah, actually, a lot of the Hammer stuff that I don't have. Honestly, it really, I will buy the Munchies one just for full kind of fun cheesiness, but James, women in prison movies, exploitation movies, me, my answer. Hellhole is one of my favorite Scream Factory releases. I just really, really like that they put that out. Oh, there you go. Movies that I want in my collection. The Hunger Games. I got those, actually. Do not care for Munchies. It's not a good movie. It's a bad movie. But I think it may be kind of in so good bad. Hammer Horror should release box sets in North America. Carlos, the good news is that Hammer Horror, Scream Factory has a bunch of them that they're going to be putting out. And they're starting with Dracula Prince of Darkness. So buy that. With booklets. We don't have enough booklets here. UK does the booklets good, Carlos. We don't do them well here in North America. Scream Factory's never really had any booklets that like involved with their stuff. Criterion used to have it. Then they started doing these like things like map little booklety things. Don't like that. And they even talked about like maybe like just doing booklets online. That really sucks. I never want to see that happen. But yeah, there's a lot of movies, a lot of Criterion films like that in my collection, horror stuff. I don't know, the Bloodthirsty trilogy right now, actually. Hey, kitty. Oh, you're adorable. Now, okay, that's a hard one. If you could enter any horror film to help out, which one would it be? Well, obviously, insert X-rated horror film parody here. No, the most known everyone booklets and extras like posters. It's a shame they don't do it more. I know. Scream Factory needs to take. They do a good job with their stuff. They just need to take a little bit more from the UK when it comes to like booklets and stuff like that. I would gladly have a booklet, a good booklet with some good writing in it, with people like Ellinger and Newman, people like that, rather than I would have a poster. Just me personally. I don't want one of those fold-up posters. Give me a freaking booklet. Something I can read, something I can kind of bite into. Not like literally. Slap the kids as soon as they fell asleep around the street. That's actually a good one. And if I can enter any horror film to help out, I don't know. Putting together another package for you. Oh, I am very interested actually. Check out The Unborn because I like Brooke. I love Brooke Adams actually. But any film, I don't know. You know what? Cat's Eye. Yeah, I love Cat's Eye. I saw it in theater actually. Critters Incorporated is from actually a Stephen King book. It was one of the, and it's really really good. You watched it last night for the first time. The coolest thing about when you're younger, Savannah, and that seemed my kids did too, and like some younger folks when they're watching and exploring horrors that that I kind of grew up with. It's really cool to when you. Wouldn't it be cool like to be able to go back and experience some of that stuff for the first time over again? Or like even go back farther. Can you imagine being there when like The Exorcist came out, or back in Christmas time, go and seeing it then, when it would really have like the legitimate like serious effect, or like being 1974. Your fact doesn't follow the posters anymore. They've been rolling them for a while now. See, this is what I don't know, James, because I don't get stuff from Scream Factory because what happens? Canadian. They treat me bad. But yeah, look, if I enter any horror film, I'm gonna pick like a I don't know, a Dracula film. I want to be in a vampire film because not to save anybody. No, that's okay. But because wouldn't it be cool to be a vampire? Yeah, I'll take that bite. Just watched Clue last night for the first time. Clue, you mean the one with like Tim Curry? Actually, it's a really fun little film. And at the time, it got a lot of hate, like it really did. But it's become more of a cult favorite over the years. I really cheated on that one when it comes to any film to help out. I don't know, guys. I could help it with My Bloody Valentine because I actually like live over here, and I would get to meet like a young, what's her name, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Well, yeah, we'll go with My Bloody Valentine. I think I could survive that one. Favorite horror movie tagline, like on a poster. You get Justin Trudeau to call. Yeah, Justin Trudeau's got enough. I'm just kidding. My favorite horror tagline. I don't know. Favorite horror tagline. It's only a movie. Keep telling yourself it's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's just a classic line. You know that it's a line that works because you know something really horrific is going to happen in order for to get for that. And it's something that's been used over and over again. It's been like copied and done over different ways. And I just really like that. Really like that one. So I'm going to go with that one. There's probably a lot of different ones. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That's a fantastic one. Ooh, that would be a good movie. In space, no one can hear you scream. He's the most depraved killer, and he makes house calls. You guys are good at this. It's hard when you're thinking on them. Not for you guys, though. You guys are awesome at this. If you could have any prop from any movie, what would it be? I can't pick like an actress or anything. That's creepy, right? Yeah, that's creepy. No, honestly, I would. Who knows what scares you? As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of like Friday the 13th. So probably if I could have it, the Mask and the Phone for Black Christmas. Oh, Black Christmas is my favorite film. But I don't know if there's anything in Black Christmas that I will. Oh, wait a second. Jason's mom. I had a crush on Jason's mom. That's a true story. Um, from an episode of Murder She Wrote. I didn't know if I put the two together at the time, but I just think she was cute. She's an episode of Murder She Wrote. Betsy Palmer. But no, my the crystal unicorn that's used to kill Margot Kidder's character. You got the Friday 5 soundtrack today? Oh, sweet. That my original answer was going to be like the Friday mask and the makeup for part 4. My favorite mask though is part 5, like the blue. But somebody said Black Christmas, and that made me think this is my favorite film. I would love to have a piece of this. The unicorn, that like unicorn with the death scene in Black Christmas. It's beautifully shot and horrifying at the same time, and kind of heartbreaking. And that's definitely it. Oh, 14th question. That's me, right? Oh man, I'm not good at this stuff. But let's see. 14th question. I'm not going to think of anything half as clever. Oh, thanks, Polly. Hey, Reality, welcome back. It's been a while, right? It's been a while since I've been. No, this is my second video on my own. I'll speak to the kids tonight. They actually were going to do stuff. Got to check. I love Ridley Scott's Legend. I actually got like the. I think it's had a print now. The edition with the kind of like the plastic, like see-through kind of clear case. I got that one around here. They say things are out of print, but then I find you can find them around, and things aren't as hard to find out of print anymore. Some are, like special edition stuff like that, but some stuff. Remember when they do like limited editions and it'd be like 50 or 100,000, and that was like a limited edition? Yeah, the Ultimate Edition. That's what I got. You know, watch your last live stream and you missed out. I did. I was a little depressed. I'm not gonna lie. My kids had just gone, and it was my first night home alone. But I got a question. I got to get a question. Okay. Because I got to answer it too. So, give me your favorite. Question 14. Ooh, give me your. Wow, that looked horrible. It looked like a blowfish. Is this really horror? It's a thriller, so I'm going to count it. But your favorite, like, I guess you could say non-essential, non-main character. Who's the hot woman in the background? The one in pink? Oh, tell you what, I'll just show you what that is in a second, actually. It's a collection that I got that there's a couple of people that I know like really like that director. I do, especially. Here's a two-parter. Question 14. It's the Russ Meyer box set. Carlos knows it. But basically, best non-essential character in a horror film or thriller, whatever you want to do. For me, one of my favorite movies of all time is oh God, do I want to? Yeah, Shadow of a Doubt, and the dad and his friend that are always talking about how to commit the perfect crime. They're all really like morbid comedic characters. So that's my favorite, like non-essential characters that I think like really kind of adds to a film. Like the movie would do perfect without those characters, but still, they would be. And B, I guess favorite scream queen. Not one of the big ones. You got to pick someone like one of the smaller ones that you don't think reached to the levels that they probably could have if they'd started at a different time. And for me, that's Joe Sholin. I think that if she'd been around in well, she's not old enough, but she'd been around in the early '80s type of thing, which was around the Jamie Lee Curtis stuff when Amy Steele was going around. Joe Sholin would like ruled definitely as a scream queen. She just has that really good like persona and does those things really well. So there you go. That's my 14th question. I'm supposed to tag people, and all you guys are here, and I can't tag 13th Wolfman because he's not here. The girl from Intruder and Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, too. Oh, Sleepaway Camp 2. Which one from Sleepaway Camp 2? I love Sleepaway Camp 2. It is a favorite. I put that on so much whenever I'm in like in a Kevin Bacon from Friday wrote one. I can see that. He's the Kevin Bacon. I was going to go something like kind of generic, like your favorite like horror TV show, like type of thing first. But I decided, everybody would choose Hannibal or something like that, and it would be real easy. That or American Horror Story. The Last Girl Who Survived. I thought you said service, and I was thinking this is a really different type of answer for the question. But I got to tag people. I'm no good at the tag portion of it. And ready. It doesn't get in here very much. But if you do and you want to do it, I want to tag like some channels that I think spotlight a bit. I don't know, man. You guys tag some people. I'm not good with this stuff. It's kind of like this is like late at night. I'm actually going to meet some like family members tomorrow. They're going off on the going home. We're here tonight to see the Bryan Adams concert. I worked. I didn't go. I'm Canadian, but I'm not like that Canadian that I've got to get to the Bryan Adams concert. Oh, you lucky dude. Okay, 5 weeks vacation per year. I need your job because mine. Good job. Vacation days, not a lot. You got to bank them, right? And I just started not that long ago, so I got like 3 or 4 days, pretty much, that are banked. And when I go on a trip, I like to go on a trip for like a week or so. I don't like to take a 2-day trip. So I went to London. I went for a week. I went to Ottawa. I went there for about a week. Go to Morocco. Go for a couple of weeks. That type of thing. So I got to bank a few days before I can actually do anything. So you have an awesome amount of vacation time. You see Bryan Adams. Oh, I don't mind Bryan Adams. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like when he got into the whole really ballady stuff. But you grew up with his music on the radio. See, I like his earlier stuff, like Cuts Like a Knife. That album, I'm all about it. Cuts Like a Knife. Really, really good album. I'm so Canadian that I know the music that the song that he played, like he sang on, but he didn't take a credit. Hey, Action Jackman, how's it going? Which is Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. And look it up. Ooh. Can't remember the name of the group, though. I'm so not, I don't even know who Bryan Adams is. Bryan Adams is like, you ever see the movie Three Musketeers? The Disney one? He did like the song for that. Everything I Do it for you. He does a lot of movies. He did a lot of movie soundtracks and stuff. But Bryan Adams was like kind of like an 80s, mid 80s, like Canadian pop star with a bit of an edge, and did a lot. Was really good, like actual writer, music writer as well. He's probably the type of artist you don't even know you're a fan of. Probably see your favorite Canadians: Rush, Loverboy, and Bryan Adams. Hope you didn't leave it. There's a lot of Canadian bands out there. I grew up like music was kind of was one of my things. My dad was is a musician. He played in bands through his entire life. That was his job. Much cooler than me. His music in the Kevin Costner album. That's what I'm thinking of. That's the song I'm thinking of. Thank you, James. I totally messed that up. April Wine. Everything I Do. That's the one. But I like his early stuff. I love Cuts Like a Knife. Summer '69. Summer '69 and Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days are like a perfect dual match of songs that evokes that earlier time. And Paulie and Savannah won't know this so much because they're younger, but when you're a little bit older, you're 17 or 18 years old, when you're 16, and you just that perfect youth time in your life. And everybody's got one. Everybody's got a period in their life when they look back, and nostalgia glasses or not, it really rings it really this was my time. And for me, when I hit 17, when I was in grade, I just finished school, and I kind of found myself, got out of geeky enough, kind of found myself. Rush, not only my favorite Canadian band, but they're in my top 10 favorite bands of all time. My cousin is a huge Rush fan, and I actually like Rush, but I used to make fun of him. I'd be like for it was just like a running gag with me, where I'd make fun of his love of Rush. Even though I liked them, I would pretend not to like them. Geddy Lee's an amazing singer. He's got a really unique voice, but just to tease my cousin, because he's my cousin. We grew up like brothers, and you got to be a bit of a jerk that way. Uh, how did we get into music though? Oh, Bryan Adams, the concert. I'm not sure who's headlining. Now, I'm going to mention a couple Canadian people. You tell me if you heard of these musicians before, because some of these did make it. Have I seen the movie I Love You Man? It has a lot of Rush. I did actually. Uh, Let me know if you've heard of these Canadian artists. So we're going to start off. Zappacosta. Has anybody here heard of Zappacosta? Her full name Alfie Zappacosta, but here in Canada, he was a pretty big deal. Over there in the United States, he was famous for doing this a really popular song on a soundtrack of a film with Patrick Swayze in it, and that was Dirty Dancing. He did the song Overload, and it's one of those songs that you don't know you've heard, but you definitely heard. But when I was in college, uh, there's a song. This is not going to paint me in the best light, but there's a song that Zappacosta sang called Runaround, and it was basically like, because I can't sing, Hungry Eyes. Oh no, Hungry Eyes is Eric Carmen. He did Overload. Check it out. It's actually not a bad song. My mom's a huge Eric Carmen fan. That's why I know Hungry Eyes right away. But yeah, he did a song called Runaround, and my friends at I was doing journalism at the time, and we had like a college radio station. So they would play Runaround. I wish Tiffany was Canadian. She's not. I was a huge Tiffany fan, and I love her even now. She's got a very jazzy, like really good jazz voice, jazzy style music, kind of a soulful voice. But Runaround. If look it up, listen to the song, understand that my friends in college used to play that and say that was me. So we're we'll leave it at that. Is that one then? But yeah, so Zappacosta's one. The Spoons. Do you know the Spoons? There's another, probably not so. It's a Denim. Yeah, I had the fashion faux pas of like having an outfit that I once wore. I kid you not, jeans, like acid wash jeans, a a denim shirt. Back in the day, Polly, yeah, a bit. That was my thing. Now I'm older. I'm chill. I relax. I watch movies. That's my thing. Um, I wore this. This is going to the totally opposite of the lace thing. Have you heard Sir Tom Jones is back on stage doing? Oh, that's excellent. Actually, I'm a huge Tom Jones fan. I wore a denim shirt, a jean jacket, and like a pair of denim sneakers. It's horrible. What is your favorite year of the past? 1989. Without a doubt. If my past, 1989 was like my year. Leonard Cohen. I love Leonard Cohen. Closing Time, Paulie, is not just one of my favorite songs because I think it's a fantastic song, but when my oldest, Mimi, when she was little, I would hold her in my arms when she couldn't sleep, and I would sing Closing Time to put them to sleep. She's a lady. Oh, see, now I got to go on my head. Tom Jones stuff. But yeah, Canadians. Oh, Gowan. If you haven't heard of Gowan, you should have heard of Gowan. Gowan's a good Canadian singer. He did songs like "Criminal Mind," which he's got a very theatrical type thing to his music, and of course Corey Hart. Everybody knows Corey Hart. Maybe Sunglasses at Night. Yes, no. I'm gonna hope you do. Let's show my age anyway. The road needs more Canadians. I don't know. We got enough Canadians, but maybe more like Canadian comedians and like stuff like that. We do. we tend to go with comedy. You guys steal all our comedians. Like you over in like the let's take like well, maybe you can have Mike Myers. He turned out to be a bit of an odd one. He just disappeared, man. He was like funny, and then all of a sudden he was like really hard to work with apparently. And then he made like Love Guru, and then he like just went off the map. And then there was of course, you know, guys like Jim Carrey, and then they just seem kind of introspective and get kind of weird and dark. Why does that happen to so many comedians? I guess there's a darkness inside in order to do that. Yeah, he's a bit been a new movie. It's not, it's a he's a strange Canadian. About Mike Myers. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd I like. He's kind of cool, and he's like one of those guys that he kind of like believes in like the supernatural and stuff like that, and he stands by it. And I kind of dig that about him. They had this show, man, called like Sci Factor, and anyway, for the first season half, he'd like wear my sunglasses at night. One of my favorite songs. Though, who are you gonna call? Because I'm not sure if I like Jim Carrey. He really went downhill, but I guess that happens. It does. I mean, like, no matter. I think what we gotta say when it comes to like people like that is some people just hit genius. Shania Twain is one of my favorite Canadians. Shania Twain is another one of a lot of male favorite Canadians. Just saying. Seth Rogen, he's Canadian. He's pretty chill. I could hang with Seth Rogen. We have some stuff in common. But good painter. Are you a Twainiac really? Yeah, just man. Do you know there's a lot of wrestlers that are. If you're a wrestling fan, there's a lot of wrestlers that are like Canada's really known for, like really known for its wrestling, like the Hart family and I guess Kevin Owens if you watch wrestling now, and Kevin Owens is was called Kevin Steen before. Roddy Piper's Canadian. A lot of people didn't know that. You know, when he passed away, they thought he was Scottish. Uh, no, like they seriously did. Like I had some friends that are Canadian, and they had no idea that Roddy Piper was Canadian. They zilch. They kind of bought the whole Roddy Piper thing. I guess they thought he was either American or maybe he was Scottish, and he just dropped the accent. But you know the Scottish accent. It's it's kind of distinctive that and he's never really had it. So just because he's wearing a kilt, you would think they would know that he's not from Scotland. But no, a few of my friends actually thought that Roddy Piper wasn't Canadian. They were totally blown away by it. But I'm a big fan of like the older school wrestling. So I grew up like idolizing people like that. Chris Benoit, dark chapter in wrestling. Unfortunately, he's Canadian. Jim Carrey's movie coming out tomorrow. I think tomorrow, or early August. Where it's a serious role. I've seen the poster for it. Is it a horror movie or is it like just? It seems like a darker type film. I think the first kind of dark film that Jim Carrey did might have been The Truman Show, which it plays off like it's lighter, but it's actually kind of a dark film. And the Jim Carrey movie that I like that a lot of people they're making a movie about with Chris Benoit now. Chris Benoit was an amazing wrestler. It's a tragedy what happened to his in his life. His brain got so destroyed, and hopefully now, Cable Guy's one I was about to mention. Carlos, that is the one. That hopefully I hope to God that because of what happened with Chris Benoit that they take a lot more look into like head injuries and concussions and stuff like that because that is a shame. He was a once fantastic, glorious, one of the best wrestlers that ever lived, and let's be honest, at the end of it, his life just went down. The Mask, smoking. Truman Show's great. 23 years. I wasn't big on 23. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna like it more than I did, but when I got in and I watched it, I was kind of bored. But yeah, Cable Guy is one that almost everybody hates, and there's a movie that almost everybody hates that I actually like, and I think that it's totally unbalanced all over the place. But there's a line right at the end of the movie. Yeah, wrestlers do often lead a sad life. Look at guys like Jake the Snake Roberts, actually. Dumb and Dumber. It's okay. I like it. It's fun, but it's a movie that I liked in its time. It's not something that I would like rewatch over and over again. But I would rewatch Cable Guy. Sooner or later, you got to turn out the babysitter. It's the fourth grade when Belmont Tragedy. I kind of backed up wrestling, even though it was my dream job. Re-listen. Mark Merrill. Mark Merrill. That's someone that was married. He was married to Sable, man. Rena Merrill. She was in, and now of course she's married to Brock Lesnar, the wrestler that got the sweetest, easiest job in wrestling. The wrestler with Mickey Rourke is almost docudrama. It actually is. There's a lot of stuff in the wrestler that actually was, that's the Darren Aronofsky movie. So I don't think anybody ever goes in to watch a Darren Aronofsky movie and says, you know what, I'm going to come out feeling really good after watching Darren Aronofsky. Just ain't going to happen. He just doesn't do those type of films. Unless any one of you guys, can you think of a Darren Aronofsky film that's kind of happy? That's like thinking of a Christopher Nolan film that does not somewhere along the way like take or reference film noir in some aspect or another. Christopher Nolan has got to have film noir aspects in every single one of his films. My God, the Batman movies were filled with them. But like any Christopher Nolan movie, so film noir references. That's one of the reasons I like Christopher Nolan. One of the reasons I didn't like Christopher Nolan, casting Christian Bale's Batman and letting him do the voice. The best thing that came out of those Christian Bale playing Batman, Dark Crimes. Okay, so it does sound like kind of dark. Get it? But no, it does seem like a dark film. The best thing that came of the Batman voice in the Christian Bale films is that Bat Dad guy. Love that dude. Hilarious. And his family, gotta hate him sometimes. Sounds like a wannabe Clint Eastwood. Yeah, but Clint Eastwood was tough. Christian Bale doesn't seem... Like, Christian Bale is a great actor, man. I mean, like, just like an American Psycho, he kills that role. He just obliterates with that role in The Machinist. He does a great job. Scary what he did to his body in The Machinist, but it's definitely something to be proud of. But that's not my big thing. I always loved the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and everybody knew liked them, so it's interesting to see another perspective. Most people love the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and I do like them. I think that they are well put together, well constructed films. I think that there is a credible casting, but I think Batman himself, Christian Bale, is the weak part of the films. I don't buy him as Batman, and I don't buy him as Bruce Wayne. Jim Carrey got just tired of being a funny man. I can understand that. And like some people like get to that like clown dance type of phase in their career where they just want to be taken seriously. They just want to break out of the mold that they've gotten into. Now, back in the day, a lot of like actors they had like a persona. And that was what they went with. John Wayne made very John Wayne type movies. When John Wayne did not make very John Wayne type movies, often they didn't work out. John Wayne is Genghis Khan. James Cagney was, in reality, pretty much a song and dance type of guy, much like Dick Powell, but much like Dick Powell, he wasn't really known for that type of stuff. Bagucci, the crying clown. Exactly, Carlos. You got the reference. I like that. Someone who's always been the clown type person. I can understand getting to a point where you kind of want to be taken seriously. Shtick. Yeah, and I've always been. It probably doesn't come across on camera. I don't think it's ever really come across on camera. But I got a slightly chill, slightly kind of sarcastic personality in real life. And most people know me for that. Know me for like, especially people knew me when I was younger, like humor. Because at the end of the day, I was a small kid, man. I was like a scrawny little scarecrow kid. So you make people laugh and they don't punch you. That's always a good thing. Go with that. There's my advice for tonight. I think 13 Wolfman, you started like a nice video. I gotta say, this video turned out a lot better than I thought. Even my answers sucked ass. Your guys' answers were really awesome. You bought Ready Player One and Supergirl. Oh, Supergirl's on Blue? Is it is it like, does it have both cuts of the film? Make 'em laugh. I love that song. I love. I'm a. I guess you would call if I would have gone into like really went into acting, I probably would. I wouldn't. I can't sing, but I would have definitely done more of the dance routine type stuff. I was kind of into that when I was younger. I like dancing. That and I had to do so many freaking like movement classes and tap classes and all that stuff. Oh, I know someone from 1984, but does that book cuts of the film on it? That's kind of what I want. I'm kind of interested in knowing. There's two cuts of Supergirl, and I'm actually a fan. It's a pretty bad film, but I like it. Helen Shaver does a good job as like Shaver does a good job as Supergirl, and spend time with you guys. We actually started with the horror tags, and then we revealed things to each other. That's the cool thing. It's a movie club, but it's a club, and we actually get to talk back and forth on different things and things swerving around, and that's how you find out like who really wants to be wants to like oh, Slater. Thank you. Uh, I was like, is it Slaver? Is it Shaver? I'm like, there's all those Helens. But yeah, she was actually in Supergirl series. Warner Archive put out Supergirl the Extended Cut. Okay. I actually might have to get that one down the road. I was a big fan of, I saw that one again, another one I saw in theater. Probably a few of you guys that are actually here. Did you, James? I was a fan of her. More so, like even like Supergirl, it was cool that it was Supergirl. But I remember a movie called Legend of Billie Jean, and I actually was so excited when I got that one on Blu-ray. That's the girl that plays Supergirl, isn't that one? Helen Shaver, Slater. God, I'm gonna get that right. But I really love Legend of Billie Jean. Pat Benatar did the song Invincible on it, and it was just incredible. And then she played Supergirl, so I'm like, yeah, I had a crush on her. And she's in Supergirl now as the mom character. So is she still in Supergirl? I haven't seen her this season. So that's something when you were a kid, yeah. Pat Benatar, I wish what happened to Pat Benatar because she was the girl when I was younger actually. Every like all guys like Pat Benatar, and all girls wanted to have her haircut, and a lot of girls did. Look back in the early '80s, and you'll see a lot of them with like the short Pat Benatar like haircuts. Phoebe Cates is a perfect example of like an actress that went in and did like the kind of the Pat Benatar haircut. Oh yeah, she was definitely hot. She probably still is today. I really wouldn't know because I don't think I've seen her like in years. And I think she still does music, but when archives are overpriced, and I'm sorry, I ain't paying for a trailer and maybe commentary. Uh, they are. See, I only got one of Warner Archives, I think, in my collection, and that is The Hunger. And I'm pretty sure it's the only one I got. And it was like that's Warner Archives, right, guys? But HMV was selling out at the time, and The Hunger is a movie that I really like. And damn it, that should have been my answer. Can I retroactively do that? Maybe The Hunger. Maybe that's going to be my answer for a horror movie that I would like to be in. Because, just think about it for a second. Sarandon. Uh, I don't know if it counts or not, but Rocky Horror Picture Show doesn't count as a horror film because kind of wouldn't mind that one either. Because I had this huge crush on Lil Nell. Speaking of Warner Archives, I really want to see, I want the. Who do I like? Whose music do I like better, Pat Benatar or Blondie? Uh, they're very different. I mean, like, you got to understand. Pat Benatar has got like kind of she's got a pop, she's got a soulful voice type thing going on, but Blondie is a very different type of singer. Like she was pretty punk and very new wave. New wave is a music format that unfortunately that I loved, but didn't exactly last long term. But Blondie and Pat Benatar, I can't put them up against each other because they're too different in the way that they do stuff. You know who I really like? I like Sheen Easton. I give up most artists' entire discography just so I could listen to Heart of Glass. Well, Parallel Lines is probably one of the best albums ever made. No, no, it's okay to continue on with the music thing. This I did the tag, and I'm sorry, 13 Wolfman, when you see this video for actually not not doing the tag earlier, but with the kids around and like and just like trying to enjoy as much dad time as I could. The Heart of Glass extended version is dope. I don't think I've ever said the word dope, but we'll go with that. It's dope. My God, that makes me look so old when I do that. My age doesn't work. But but no, Sheena Easton. There's a singer that I really loved her music. And guys, have you seen Sheena Easton? For you younger guys, if you haven't seen Sheena Easton, like back in the day, go look up Sheena Easton. I'll wait. You're welcome. I can't listen to Blondie the restaurant I used to work at. Play Call Me. I like Call Me though. Sheena Easton. Oh, Sheena Easton was gorgeous. I mean, like, unfortunately, there's a song I really like of hers. It's kind of a horror. They used to play it on like Halloween all the time on Much Music, which is is MTV for Canada. And they play a song called I think it was Telephone. Oh, For Your Eyes Only. And of course, she was in like Miami Vice. She was Crockett's wife, who was a singer. Because if you're an undercover like agent, like in Vice Squad, marrying a famous singer, obviously the right move for a Vice agent. Because you know, just saying, you just Google her. Anne Polly, for as always my second favorite Bond song after Voodoo Kill. I love Voodoo Kill. Duran Duran, right? My favorite Bond song. I love those. For that's two of my favorites from there. Could Live and Die. I love. The new one, then it's got to be. And this song was my was actually my ringtone. Was you know my name. You know, Chris Cornell. Goldfinger. Bond. Maybe I could do a Bond episode on here one of these days. I actually, with a couple people, we were doing like a Bond like stream actually at one point. All Time High. That one's from. Which one's All Time High from again? Am I a big Bond fan? Kinda. I love James Bond. I it's probably the reason I actually, in reality, when I'm not on camera, I do wear a lot of like suits and stuff. It is a great collection. I got to say, I have like all the Bond films. My least favorite Bond film of all time. You guys tell me what yours is. Then I'll tell you what mine is. What's your least favorite Bond film? I'll wait for your answers. Mine, I know. Which one is Nobody Does It Better? That's the spoiler as me. It's Carly Simon. I saw that one in theater too. And it's one of the best Bond films. That's the introduction to jazz. I'm still waiting for everybody to give their least favorite Bond. Should have sat down to watch. We really haven't watched one. The early stuff especially, but I watch Casino Royale. The new Casino Royale. It's actually really good, and it's something that like a younger person could probably get into a bit more than maybe some of the earlier stuff. But I think most of them are really rewatchable. Ones that play like from Russia with Love. The early Bond films like From Russia with Love and Dr. No really don't have the pattern's not down there yet. It's not like the formula of what a Bond film is going to be isn't there. But From Russia with Love plays like a really good thriller. Who's your favorite Bond? You check out Casino Royale soon. My favorite Bond. I don't know if it's my favorite Bond or not, but my favorite Bond film is on her. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Bond video. Is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's for me the greatest Bond story that was ever done. All the Prods one's my least favorite. Spectre, you like Spectre? You ready for my least favorite one? This is a movie where I don't think Bond is portrayed like Bond. I don't think it's a good portrayal of it, and I don't like the villains in it, and I just really didn't like the film overall. and that's Quantum of Solace. I didn't like the way that was filmed. Didn't like. I thought that the action was like shoddily done. It wasn't well shot. Bond comes out. He comes off cold in novels and that, but he comes off overly harsh in some sequences of Quantum of Solace, and not in a good way. My better half's favorite Bond is Roger Moore, and of course I grew up like watching Moore and Sean Connery. Probably Connery more on TV because I'm not old enough to have like seen a lot of the Connery stuff except for the later stuff that he did, like Never Say Never Again. Live and Let Die is probably one of my favorite early ones. You don't like Daniel Craig? I think he does a good job. I think he's phoning it in right now. I think he doesn't want to be doing the films. I was going to ask you your top 3 favorite Bonds, but you can wait to answer if you're going to do a video. Yeah, okay, I'll wait on that one, but I will do a Skyfall had the best Bond ending ever. I love Skyfall is a near perfect Bond film. Paul McCartney's Live and Let Die is an amazing Bond theme. I won't give you my favorite Bond theme yet because I'll do that. Yeah, I'm going to do a Bond video soon. Let's do a Bond video soon. But yeah, Quantum of Solace, least favorite Bond film. I'll give you that one. That's what I'll tell you right now. And it has the worst Bond theme song of all time. Have you ever tried listening to the Quantum of Solace theme song? It's a mess. Structurally, it's a mess as music goes, and it's Jack White in that with who did he do that one with? Anyway, it wasn't a good like duet, and it was a bad song. It didn't work good for the film either. And I will give you one other thing. Did I like Moonraker? I saw Moonraker in the theater. People rag on Moonraker a lot, and they usually rag on Moonraker. Not because of what like a lot of people think nowadays. They're like, oh, Bond's in space and stuff. No, at the time, when Spot Love Me came out, Jaws, played by Richard Kiel, became this sort of like really cool, iconic like villain. And in Moonraker, Jaws he becomes like kind of a comedy relief character, and that's kind of the way the films are going. They're going a little bit lighter, but I did enjoy Moonraker. Did it get an Oscar nomination? Which one? Moonraker? Probably not. Maybe, but a lot of people really didn't like Moonraker in the day, but I did. There's a lot of them like, but I don't want to talk too much about Bond because we're gonna like kill our Bond episode if we do that. But if you don't have this set, I do recommend you pick it up. And in my next video, maybe my next video will be a Bond video. I can play the next Bond. I'm way too old for it though. But I won't answer that one. I will answer that one soon. Special effects, it might have actually. I will show you this set. I will rank the Bond films. I will go through them. I will tell you why the Bond films are one of the best investments you can get for a collection. What does your video titled Decisions contain? That might have been when I'm trying to do my Arrow order. I'd have to look back with my cat. Which one of my cats? I love. Yeah, Arrow recently had a sale. It's going on until August the 6th. If you guys don't know, I've actually talked about it in various videos. And because Arrow sometimes takes a long time to get their orders through, and as James knows, I'm kind of untrusting of like getting my order in a reasonable time frame. I'm hoping that I do this time, but I'm not waiting 3 months again. I'm not going to make you guys wait to know which films I chose for the Arrow. I said I could pick up 2, and I actually got 3. So what I chose for my Arrow, like for the sale, because I couldn't do a lot because I just got my kids into university. In Dodge movies, Lost World or King Kong. Yeah, my better half loves that stuff. I loved Skull Island. That's for me that's awesome. I like it way better than the other Kong films because I don't like seeing them die, man. That's why I like Rampage a lot. I love the ending. A lot of people are like kind of pissed with the ending. Did you go Ringo and Alfredo? Solid choices. You want to know? Yeah, I had to go with Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. That documentary, like Sam Peckinpah, Man of Iron, 10 hours of like extra interviews and features. Had to grab that. Yes, I did grab the Ringo one as well. I grabbed the Ringo double feature, and you guys will not guess what I chose for my third choice. And I went through and I looked at The Slayer, which I talked about on here. I looked at Scalpel, which is a kind of another kind of Southern Gothic one. Then I looked at one that I really, really wanted to have the features to, and I really wanted to have like a really good edition of. I'm a big Fulci fan. I'm a big Giallo fan as well. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I had to go for Arrow's edition of Don't Torture a Duckling, which is a pretty amazing Giallo and one of my tops. I'll do a list of Giallo films one of these days. I did like some Giallo stuff when I started doing live streams, so that's why I kind of like backed off it a bit. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I did go for Don't Torture Duckling as my third choice when my better half said I could grab one more. I looked at The Slayer, I looked at Scalpel, I looked at a couple others, but Don't Torture Duckling with Fulci, had to go with it. It's a really good film and it's really beautifully shot as well. And it's kind of disturbing because we're not talking about like we're talking about kids that are getting murdered in this one, and lucky it's done tastefully. My Giallo video is the first live video I saw of yours. Oh, thanks a lot. Mountain lions, cougars, cheetahs, tigers. What do we do? Are we doing like duckling was also a good choice. Yeah, I had to go for it. Apparently, it has a slipcover. It's not a special edition, but it has a slipcover, which is actually kind of cool. Oh, Carlos, have a great night, and I hope to see you here for the Bond edition, which I think will be my next video. We see more Donaldson movies nowadays. You really miss them. So here's the thing. There's no Harryhausen now. And I like stuff. I like that. I don't want to see... Hey, 13 Wolfman. I just did the tags. I'm sorry it took me so long to do it. But having my family in and like spending like quality dad time before they went off to Halifax, it took a while to get to, but like I promised you. Have a great night there, Carlos. Can't wait to see you here again. I always keep my promises, and I did do the tag video tonight. So if you look back in the beginning of this video, you're going to see my horrible answers because I decided I wasn't going to think about my answers. I was going to do them off the cuff. Did you do the tags here or video? I didn't know I did tags here. I didn't tag anyone yet because I don't know who to tag. Because everybody that you want to tag somebody for me? Anybody here that does videos, that makes videos here on YouTube, then feel free to be the tagged ones. What's on my t-shirt? Actually, this is one of my favorite t-shirts I found at a store, I think it was up in Ottawa. And it's... which I think is kind of... Gotta go to bed, you're in Arizona. No PlayStation, as always, fantastic. I cannot wait to see you here for the Bond video, so be here for that. And we're going to be talking 13 Wolfman, you're coming in late. Next video, I think we're going to be talking the James Bond franchise. I've been meaning to do a video on this for a while now. I'm a huge Bond fan. So we will definitely do that. PlayStation, it's really good to see you here. You're a newer member of the movie club, but you're definitely a member, and I cannot wait to see you back here again for Bond, James Bond. Favorite movie of each Bond? I will get to that one, actually, because I'm doing a video exclusively on James Bond. That's why I can't answer the questions now. But I got asked a lot of questions. I showed my Bond set. I was asked if I was a Bond fan. I showed my Bond set. And then I thought, Bond is such a long-running, in-depth franchise. It's something that deserves its own video. And to do it live, talking about the Bond films, my favorite Bond films, my favorite Bond songs, my favorite Bonds, like ranking them out. I think it would make for a good video and a good interaction video as well, so you guys can let me know your favorites as well when we do that one. And I'm actually kind of excited about the video. One of the most iconic lines in film history, Bond, James Bond. It is one of the most iconic lines in film history. It's something that even if you have never seen a James Bond film, most people will recognize the line. They'll recognize where it came from. I know a lot of people that don't know, that haven't watched a lot of the Bond films, but they know who Sean Connery is, and they know him as James Bond. Now, not a lot of people say, Sean Connery, yes, I know him from Outland. Or Zardoz, that's where I know Sean Connery from. No, Shaken Not Stirred. Yeah, what pissed me off is when I think it was in Casino Royale when he asked them, Yeah, so that pissed me off at the time. I like it now, but when I first saw it, I was like, "Don't spit on the Bond franchise." And when he's like, do I look like I give a damn? Yes, yes, you do. You do give a damn. You do care. There is a line. Say it, damn it. Dance, monkey, dance. But no, it's 4 box sets. Oh, you had the first four, right? The with the 4 different colors. I used to have those, and I kept all the booklets from them. I sold like the box sets for really cheap ones when I was getting when I got this set, and I was moving too, so it was like more to carry. Now nowadays, however, one of the things that I probably want back most of all things that I've gotten rid of is that Bond set. Do I remember it and I own it, and it's really freaking good. Jason Conner does an amazing job in that film. There's also a really good documentary called Everything or Nothing, which I bought when I was at the Bond Museum in London, because I was there and it was awesome. It was really, really awesome. Maybe I'll see if I can find a couple of pictures of that for the Bond video, because I went to the. If you ever go to London, I'm not sure. I think it's still going on, but they like had a Bond museum display anyway, and it was really, really cool. Spy Master, yeah, Spy Master: The Secret Life of Ian Fleming. If you get a chance, watch Daniel Craig and Jimmy Kimmel on YouTube. Craig does a comedy bit that's funny. 4 different colors. Have never upgraded those 20 films up to Blu-ray because you love that set. I had to, but those are some of the best sets that are out there. Much like when you look at the Nightmare on Elm Street set. And that original, I got the Blu-ray set, but I would never sell my DVD edition of Nightmare on Elm Street because it's just such a good a good set. It was the set. If you're a horror collector, your metal was proven by owning this Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Bond women are iconic as well. There's a Bond women documentary, but I got to stop talking Bond. I know the way I'm going to do that is I gotta have my tea before I go to bed. So guys, I gotta work tomorrow, and it's a lighter night tomorrow, so not too bad. I'm working just like 3 to 9:30 shift, so pretty good. My hair's kind of stuck up, I kind of like it tonight. You have the DVD of Bond Women? I have it on here. We'll talk about that and a lot more next time. You ever got the Elm Street box set? Check the answers for your tag. My answer is 30 Wolfman. Not gonna lie, kind of sucked a bit, but I really had fun doing it. Yes, and we cannot leave Polly without saying, praise the big disc. I miss the kiddies a lot, but I'm so happy that they're having you look like Adam Savage. Hold on a second. I want to see if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Adam Savage. Who should I know who this is? Oh, that's the guy from Mythbusters. Seriously? Not know if it's a good thing or not, but I'll take it. That's not too bad. He's a smart dude. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great evening. I'm a huge Mythbusters fan, by the way, which I probably should have known. And I will see you guys next time for the All Bond edition of the Movie Club. Have a great evening, and for me right now, I'm going to say I would like soon. I might make my Saturday video. If not, I'll do it a little bit earlier than that. I got to check my hours this week for work. And there's some stuff coming up in work that's unique. We'll talk about that later. Have a great evening, guys. And for me right now, praise the big disc. Make sure you watch your movies and eat your veggies. And hey, Gary Reaper, it is time for me for tea. Night all.